In this screencast, I'll talk a little bit about change management and leadership, which needs to be well considered. The art of leadership is to show that the grass is greener than the current reality. Again, the golden circles informs us. There's a section on the golden circles in the strategic development part of this website as well. So I almost feel like we're coming back now into the how circle, the real change management stuff. Our teachers have done a lot of work reflecting on collaborative teaching and ongoing reflections, and some of this work has helped us form what I'm calling our C7 collaborative norms. These are collaborative protocols to support some of the work that we're doing in collaborative teaching. So they're all C words. You can see here community is really important, breaking down that mindset of these are my students and my data, now looking at our children, our data across their collaborative setting, but also wider than that across teams as well. Commitment, compromise, the rugby analogy there. You don't have to meet in the halfway line, but do try and work within those 10-metre lines there to find some degree of compromise. Example here of community and our children, our data. With data walls here now with photos of our students and where they're at for different areas. These are all around the school and been very powerful, the conversations. These are purposely small so you can't see the photos, but you might be able to see some little dots here on these. There's a whole range of different codes on there for those students that have received various interventions such as reading recovery, learning support, GSE, RTLB, etc., and also tracking where they were last year in their national standards. This has been a powerful process to put faces to the data rather than just percentages and graphs. Other collaborative norms here, cohesion. As a full primary school, having their students for 8 years, whilst you want your teachers to use their strengths and passions and differences, there should be some degree of cohesion as our students go through our school to build upon. Communication is vital now, and then courage and obviously camaraderie. These are some of the things from the FISH philosophy that's really important as well. Change is inevitable, growth is optional. So some of the things that we're talking about, the move into collaborative teaching, is what's called an adaptive or second order change. Some of these ones here, there's also, for some people it might actually be considered first order change. So first order change really is consistent with your prevailing values and norms, meets with general agreement, can be easily implemented, often using your existing knowledge and skills. For example, it might be a new maths program you're doing, or perhaps tweaking student-led conferences. But second order change, people can struggle emotionally and sometimes question themselves. It really throws them into that, what's called consciously incompetent. The supports needed may be emotional support, listening, reassurance, space to talk, opportunities to contribute. A change is second order when it's not obvious how it's going to make things better. It requires people to learn new approaches, and often this is what we're seeing now with the paradigm shift into innovative learning environments or collaborative teaching. Now the same change may be first order or second order for different people, and a leadership trap could be trying to treat second order change problems with first order supports, such as developing how-to guides and different systems and structures. So adaptive change, it will disrupt cooperation, a sense of well-being and cohesion. It may confront group identities, change working relationships, challenge expertise and competencies, and throw people into stages of conscious incompetence. You can see here in this guru loop, 4 stages to unconscious competence. So you've got these people here, they're actually not aware of their own lack of ability or efficiency. And then they can move through to actually now they realize all of the things they didn't know, and then they actually start becoming more competent through to this final stage where they're actually performing pretty amazingly without even thinking about it. So the change into collaborative teaching and innovative learning environments and the whole shift in mindset can often result in some of our teachers moving into this area here. This is one of our learner qualities, being resilient. Now we ask our students to push themselves every day to go outside of their comfort zone, and so too for us as encapsulated in this learner quality and some of the bullet points here. So we need our teachers to display a can-do attitude, give things a go, accept those challenges and disappointments as a natural part of our learning, and we're also being responsible risk takers with some of the work that we are doing. James Nottingham talks about the pit of learning. Good learners go into the pit. These are some of the results that can happen here, but it means we're learning, and as we come out of the pit, we come out with new ideas and strategies. Great quote here from Winston Churchill, glass half full type stuff, and I think that staff culture that underpins some of these changes is critical as well, and we need to feed and support that and support our staff in this journey.